The Desert Eagle Mark I in .357 Magnum is a cinematic powerhouse, most prominent in The Punisher 1989 with Dolph Lundgren and appearing briefly in the 2004 and 2008 films. Magnum Research and Israel Military Industries launched this gas-operated beast in 1983, using a rotating bolt mechanism borrowed from rifle designs to handle Magnum recoil. Dolph Lundgren's Frank Castle carries a customized version with an AMD 65 handguard from a Hungarian AKM, reversed and mounted for that distinctive futuristic look. The 9-round magazine feeds .357 Magnum rounds effective to 50 to 100 meters, though Castle rarely needs that range in the film's close-quarters combat. Watch the Casino Skylight Assault. He actually favors the M60 over this 2-kilogram hand cannon, suggesting even the Punisher finds it unwieldy for sustained firefights. The teardrop safety marks this as a true Mark I, distinguishing it from later variants. Back in 1989, these ran $650. Modern Mark 19 equivalents now command $507 to $2,320 depending on finish and dealer markup. Director Mark Goldblatt has Castle battled the Yakuza and Gianni Franco's mob with this sidearm, though Smith & Wesson Model 29s chambered in the same .357 Magnum see more screen time. By 2004, Thomas Jane's Castle ditches the Desert Eagle entirely for customized MIM 1911A1 pistols that match his Special Forces background. A nice callback appears when the Russian crushes a Smith & Wesson Model 66 in .357 Magnums, a direct nod to the 1989 film's caliber choice. Ray Stevenson's 2008 Castle never touches one, though a gangbanger waves what looks like a Mark 19 in .5 Action Express during the hotel shootout, keeping the Desert Eagle's presence alive across the trilogy. The Star Model B, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, is a gritty, practical firearm that plays a supporting but significant role in The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. Spain's Star Bonifacio Echeverria modeled this single-action pistol after the Colt M1911, but chambered it for 9mm Parabellum back in the 1920s. Gianni Franco's mobsters carry these unmodified workhorses throughout the film, particularly during Castle's raid on their hideout. 8 rounds sit in the magazine, effective to about 50 meters, plenty for the film's urban shootouts. At board 85 kilograms, it balances well in the hand without the bulk of Castle's customized Desert Eagle. These cost $200 in 1989. Now fetching $292 to $610 on collector markets, depending on condition and import markings. When Castle storms the casino with his M60, mobsters return fire with these Spanish pistols, their muzzle flashes lighting up the chaos before being overwhelmed by superior firepower. The 9mm caliber carries forward through the trilogy, even when the Star Model B doesn't. Howard Saint's men pack Beretta 92 FS pistols in the 2004 film, while Jigsaw's gang favors Glocks by 2008. The Star's straightforward design, no frills, just reliability, captures the criminal underworld's pragmatic approach to armament. These pistols work when they need to work, asking nothing fancy from their users. The Smith & Wesson Model 59, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, is a high-capacity workhorse wielded by mobster thugs in The Punisher starring Dolph Lundgren. Smith & Wesson introduced this double-action pistol in 1971 for law enforcement, but by 1989 it's flooding the criminal market. 14 rounds of 9mm Parabellum give Franco's thugs serious firepower during the mob hideout raid, though Castle's M60 and tactical advantage render their capacity advantage meaningless. At 0.840 kilograms with a 50-meter effective range, it sits between the compact Star Model B and Castle's heavy Desert Eagle. The double-action trigger allows rapid first shots without cocking, crucial when Castle kicks down your door. These ran $300 in 1989, now moving for $433 to $465 on the used market, minus affordable enough that every street thug could pack one. The 2004 film skips the Model 59 but maintains the 9mm theme through Howard Saint's Beretta 92 FS pistols. By 2008's Warzone, the criminal arsenal evolves to modern Glocks, still in 9mm. The Model 59's 14-round capacity was revolutionary for its era, predating the Wonder 9 craze that would define 1980s law enforcement. In Castle's world, it represents the arms race between cops and criminals that leaves vigilantes like him operating outside both systems. The Walther PPK, a compact .380 ACP pistol, is a sleek and iconic firearm wielded by a French smuggler in The Punisher starring Dolph Lundgren. Carl Walther GmbH designed this for concealed carry back in 1931, creating an icon that would arm everyone from Nazi officers to James Bond. In Lundgren's Punisher, it lands in the hands of Sydney's criminal underground, where concealment matters more than firepower. The single/double-action trigger and 6-7-round magazine fit the smuggler's needs of discreet violence rather than open warfare. At .625 kilograms and effective to 25 to 50 meters, it disappears under a jacket but delivers when drawn. The .380 ACP round won't punch through body armor, but it drops unprotected targets just fine. Market prices jumped from $400 in 1989 to $869 today, driven by collectors chasing both movie props and Cold War history. Castle disrupts smuggling operations where the PPK appears. It's bark sharp but manageable compared to his Desert Eagle's thunder. The 2004 and 2008 films abandon the PPK entirely, focusing on full-size service pistols for both heroes and villains. The smuggler choosing this German classic over local hardware suggests international connections, the kind of networks Castle systematically dismantles throughout his war on crime. The Heckler Koch P9S, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol fitted with a suppressor, is a stealthy and precise firearm wielded by an assassin in The Punisher starring Dolph Lundgren. Heckler & Koch's 1969 design uses a roller-delayed blowback system, Ponklitz engineering, that delivers exceptional accuracy. The assassin's suppressed version turns an already quiet action into near silence, perfect for eliminating targets in Sydney's criminal hierarchy without alerting their security. 9 rounds feed through the unusual mechanism, effective to 50 meters, though suppressors typically reduce velocity and range slightly. The 0.88 kilogram weight increases with the can attached, but professionals accept the trade-off for discretion. These cost $400 in 1989, now ranging $510 to $651 for unsuppressed models. Suppressors and tax stamps add thousands more. The contrast with Castle's methods couldn't be sharper. While the assassin relies on suppressed precision, Castle announces his presence with M60 fire and explosive violence. The P9S appears during covert elimination scenes, its whispered reports barely audible over ambient noise. Neither the 2004 nor 2008 films feature suppressed pistols prominently, preferring loud, aggressive combat that matches their protagonists' increasingly direct approach to vengeance. The Browning High Power, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, is a reliable and high-capacity firearm wielded by mobsters in The Punisher 1989, starring Dolph Lundgren. John Browning's final design, completed by Fabrique Nationale in 1935, armed both Axis and Allied forces through World War II before flooding global markets. Franco's mobsters carry these during the Hideout raid, their 13-round magazines providing serious sustained fire capability. The Colt M19011A1, a customized .45 ACP pistol, is a tactical cornerstone of Frank Castle's arsenal in The Punisher 2004, starring Thomas Jane. John Browning's 1911 design gets the full custom treatment, compensators to tame muzzle flip, Novak sights for rapid target acquisition, combat hammers for positive manipulation, and extended magazine wells for speed reloads. Castle dual wields these during the club infiltration, their .45 ACP rounds punching through cover that would stop 9mm fire. 7 to 8 rounds per magazine demands accuracy, but at 50 meters effective range with 1.1 kilograms of steel-absorbing recoil, follow-up shots come naturally. The single-action trigger breaks like glass when tuned correctly. Basic models ran $500 in 1989. Modern custom builds like Castle's cost $723 to $1,000 for the extensive modifications that could double that price. Dolph Lundgren's 1989 Castle never touched a 1911, preferring his modified Desert Eagle. By 2004, the 1911 represents Castle's evolution from spray-and-pray violence to surgical precision. The .45 ACP's stopping power exceeds the mob's 9mm Berettas decisively. Ray Stevenson's 2008 Castle carries a Kimber Warrior, a premium 1911 variant, maintaining the .45 ACP tradition, while Jigsaw's crew stays with their 9mm Glocks. The Beretta 92 FS Inox, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol with a stainless steel finish, is a sleek and high-capacity firearm wielded by Howard Saint and his thugs in The Punisher 2004, starring Thomas Jane. Beretta's 1976 design became the U.S. military's M9, but Saint's crew carries the flashier Inox variant with its mirror-bright finish. The family reunion ambush features these pistols prominently, with flash paper props creating dramatic muzzle flashes for the cameras. 15 rounds of 9mm Parabellum match the capacity of wartime high powers while adding modern reliability. The double/single action trigger allows carrying with a round chambered safely, transitioning to light single action pulls after the first shot. At 0.95 kilograms in 50 meters range, it handles identically to the standard model. Prices rose from $600 in 1989 to $843. Saint's choice of the Inox variant speaks to his character, surface flash hiding brutal efficiency. The stainless finish resists Florida's humidity but also catches light, announcing the carrier's presence. Castle's subdued 1911s contrast sharply with these showpiece pistols. The 2008 film continues the Beretta presence through FBI agent Budiansky's Pearl Grip 92SB, maintaining the model's law enforcement connection. The Beretta 92SB is a standout firearm in Punisher Warzone, where it's wielded with authority by FBI agent Paul Budiansky, its pearl grips adding a touch of cinematic flair. Colin Salmon's Budiansky draws this during his standoff with Ray Stevenson's Castle, the decorative grips gleaming against New York's gritty streets. The early 1980s design preceded the 92F's military adoption, using a frame-mounted safety that some shooters prefer to the later slide-mounted version. Standard magazines hold 15 rounds of 9x19mm parabellum, effective to 164 feet in urban firefights. The 33.5-ounce weight and 8.5-inch length demand a proper holster, while the 4.9-inch barrel provides accuracy for aimed shots. The double/single-action trigger offers versatility minus a deliberate first pull followed by crisp single-action shots. Those pearl grips, probably polymer mimicking mother of pearl, add $100 to the base price of $286.50 for used models, averaging $500 for good examples. Fixed 3-dot sights allow rapid target acquisition during pursuits through alleys and confrontations with Jigsaw's crew. The 92SB bridges law enforcement's institutional response to Castle's vigilantism and the criminal's street weapons. Its reliability mirrors the real M9's military service, while those pearl grips hint at Bodyansky's personal investment in looking good while doing his job. The Colt Officer's ACP, a compact .45 ACP pistol, is a discreet yet powerful weapon wielded by Frank Castle during undercover operations in The Punisher 2004, starring Thomas Jane. Colt introduced this shortened 1911 variant in 1985 for concealed carry, shrinking the government model without sacrificing the .45 ACP's stopping power. Castle's two-tone version features Novak sights and a skeletonized hammer, maintaining his tactical preferences in a smaller package. 6 to 7 rounds fit the shortened magazine, with effectiveness dropping to 25 to 50 meters due to the reduced sight radius and barrel length. At .96 kilograms, it hides better than full-size 1911s while delivering the same decisive terminal ballistics. The single-action trigger maintains the crisp break of its larger siblings. Original pricing hit $600 in 1989. Current market shows $1,035 to $1 for quality examples. Castle deploys this before the club assault, when concealment matters more than capacity. The compact frame disappears under clothing, allowing him to infiltrate before violence erupts. The 2008 film echoes this with the Kimber Warrior, another 1911 variant. While steering clear of compact models, the Officer's ACP represents Castle's ability to scale violence appropriately. Sometimes a concealed .45 serves better than an exposed arsenal. The Beretta 9000S, a compact 9mm pistol, makes a fleeting but impactful appearance in Punisher Warzone 2008, wielded by Angela Donatelli in a desperate moment of self-defense. Julie Benz's character aims this at Castle during a home invasion standoff, her civilian status reflected in the choice of Beretta's first polymer frame design from the 1990s. The technopolymer construction keeps weight down to 27.5 ounces despite the 10 to 12 round capacity. The 6.6-inch overall length and 89mm barrel make it genuinely concealable, while the tilt barrel system simplifies the action compared to Beretta's military pistols. Double/single action or DAO variants existed, though the film doesn't specify Angela's configuration. Fixed 3-dot sights and ambidextrous controls suit inexperienced shooters under stress. At 25 to 50 meters effective range, it covers home defense distances adequately. Used examples sell for $292 to $400, averaging $300. Beretta's failed attempt at the polymer market keeps prices depressed despite the brand name. The discontinued status means finding holsters and magazines grows harder yearly. Angela's 9000S contrasts sharply with law enforcement's duty weapons and Castle's overwhelming firepower, highlighting civilian vulnerability in the crossfire between vigilante and criminal. The Glock 17 Gen 3, a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, is a workhorse firearm prominently featured in Punisher Warzone 2008, where it equips NYPD officers and FBI agents navigating the violent fallout of Frank Castle's vigilante campaign. The late 1990s third generation added an accessory rail and improved grip texture to Gaston Glock's revolutionary polymer design. 17 rounds of 9x19mm parabellum became the new standard for law enforcement capacity. The striker-fired safe action trigger maintains consistency shot to shot, while multiple internal safeties prevent negligent discharges. At 22 ounces unloaded and 8 inches overall with a 4.49-inch barrel, it rides comfortably through long shifts. The 50-meter effective range covers typical police engagements. Fixed polymer sights work adequately, though many departments upgrade to night sights. No modifications appear on the film's guns. NYPD and FBI run stock configurations. Current pricing sits at $499.59 for used Gen 3 models, averaging $500 thanks to steady supply from departments upgrading to Gen 5. The film shows these during urban shootouts as officers pursue Castle through New York streets. Their reliability in harsh conditions and 17-round capacity give officers fighting chances against both Castle's superior tactics and criminal firepower. The Heckler Koch USP chambered in .45 ACP is a robust semi-automatic pistol that plays a significant role in Punisher Warzone 2008, wielded by both law enforcement and criminal elements. H&K launched this in 1993 for U.S. Special Operations Command trials, building in a recoil reduction system that drops felt recoil to 300 newtons despite the .45 ACP's power. Both NYPD/FBI agents and Jigsaw's thugs carry these, blurring the lines between law and crime through shared armament. 12 rounds of .45 ACP fit standard magazines, with 50 meters effective range matching other service pistols. The 1.76-pound polymer frame and 7.87-inch length with 4.41-inch barrel balance shootability with duty carry requirements. The Browning-style cam-locked action proves utterly reliable, while the combination safety/decocker allows multiple carry conditions. Fixed 3-dot sights handle rapid engagement, though the design accepts various optics. The film portrays these during warehouse battles and street confrontations, their presence on both sides of the law, highlighting how quality weapons flow through legal and illegal channels equally. The 45 ACP chambering links back to Castle's 1911 preferences while modernizing the platform with polymer construction and enhanced capacity,